Every campaign in both Amnesia starts with understanding the premise. You are a doppelganger, a creature that has devoured a human being and taken on their likeness and memories. For unknown reasons, you've been hired by Oath, a paranormal investigation company. All of you accepted the invitations and passed the interview. Now, months later, the game revolves around your job at this organization. Every session is a standalone game that encompasses one of the jobs you're hired for, known as a dispatch. Between dispatches, you engage in a play-by-post format for downtime and inter-character roleplay, typically done by simulating the group chat. Examples are given here, 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 and here. During downtime, you'll be given a selection of jobs that are called in by strangers reporting paranormal activity. You choose which job to take, and that is your next dispatch. The in-roll time intervals between dispatches will either be provided by your game master or the module you are playing. Some dispatches are days apart, some might be weeks apart. I ran one that was months apart at one point. I'm not really sure what was up with that one, but yeah. Amnesia is essentially always ongoing, and characters can roleplay together during downtime even without the GM present, if that's your thing. I mostly discovered that because I was too lazy well, actually my players were just too eager to roleplay, and I was a tired high school student, which allows for a more freeform set of interactions, not the tired high school student part, but role-playing without the GM present part. This is what a character sheet looks like. It is separated into several clearly defined sections, each carrying a dense amount of information. I will be color-coding it for your convenience. This is your attributes. Attributes are a numerical value representing your character's basic abilities to do things. They are sanity, resilience, faith, agility, knowledge, and rally. The higher an attribute, the more dice you roll on associated checks. Attributes range from 0 to 12. These are your proficiencies. They go hand in hand with your attributes, determining the dice you roll on checks. You can have up to proficiency 3 in any given skill, and they determine how big the dice you roll are, from a d6 to a d12. These are your luck, depth capacity, and ability DC. They are determined by your attributes. Luck is how hard it is to hit you. Ability DC is the target for checks against your abilities. And depth capacity is the energy you expend to use rights and marks, which I will get to later. Health is calculated per limb. As a semi-immortal anomaly, you do not die when your body is destroyed. However, the less of you there is, the easier it is for your body to destabilize. The more limbs at 0 MP, that is an old acronym, it should be HP, the more penalties to anomaly you have. And losing certain limbs is worse for you. This is anomaly. It is arguably the most important thing in this game. You can have up to 3 anomaly dice, and they range from XD2 to XD20, like this. Also, certain actions decrease or increase the amount of and size of your anomaly dice, or grant bonuses and penalties. The following is a comprehensive list of things that affect your anomaly dice, in no particular order. Entering a room or hex with a safety rating of deadly or calamity, depth of 5 to 6. Using an active right of legendary rarity, entering total darkness, being damaged by an anomaly with a corrupted pet, the limb is reduced to 0 HP, expending all of your depth capacity once per dispatch, rolling the amnesia or infancy phases, spending a minute or more in anomalous darkness, having 0 HP in your chest or head, failing a defined intervention check, eating good food, playing a game, resting in an idyllic or safe rated room or hex, bathing in bright water, rolling an anomaly D2, when a light is reduced to 0 MP, HP, when a chest or head is reduced to 0 HP. You're afflicted with damage over time when you eat good food, prayer and good religious worship, playing games, resting, doing academic research, making money, sleeping in a room or hex with a calamity rating, sleeping in a room with an idyllic rating, which is definitely 1 to 0, or going 20 hours with that sleep. These are your features: biology, profession, and talents. You choose these at the beginning when you create your character. Profession informs your salary and provides passive benefits, describing your work outside of it, and skills it provides. Talents grant small stat boosts along with focused abilities, like being adaptable or good with knives. biology is how the cradle changed you. When you devoured the person you copied, their mind and body merged, granting it anomalous properties like seeing the future or being able to use bugs from inside your flesh. Highlighted in blue are your tracks. Tracks are the leveling system in this game, determined by your actions during roleplay. You start with 2 domains that you are more aligned with, and 1 domain that you are malaligned with. Is that a correct use for the word, by the way? Someone tell me in the comments. Additionally, choose 2 tracks to completely eliminate. The character cannot gain marks or curses from those 2 archetypes. At the end of every dispatch, you have a pool of 5 positive points and 5 negative points. Based on your character's most notable actions during that dispatch, assign them to the alignment tracks. Each isolated action can only grant or remove up to 3 points. There is an alignment index that indicates what kind of actions grant points on each track. An action's positive and negative point value are decided before considering bonuses and penalties from alignment and negative alignment. These are where curses and marks go when you receive them. When a track reaches -12, you are inflicted with a curse from that architect's curse list. Curses are negative effects that change gameplay, like being weak to silver, or being really bad with technology. When a track reaches 12, you gain a mark. Marks are abilities associated with that architect's domain. Gaining them additionally grants a point in a specific attribute, or a proficiency. You only have 12 marks and 12 curses. This is your inventory. Inventory is derived from your resilience score. Items can be equipped in the held and worn slots at any time, that's these. But the unequipped slots require you to be wearing containers such as a backpack. That's these right here. Now, I won't touch on this for very long because it's not integral to your character, but rites are a kind of spellcasting done using alchemy and tattoos. They provide small bonuses and effects outside of marks, since marks are hard to accumulate, and they provide much needed power boosts. Rites will have their own video, because there's a whole system associated with that, but I can't really go into right now. And that is everything you need to know on the character sheet. The only 2 things that I have not gone over are barrier points and stigma, which are not relevant at all. You can get them in some points. If you're interested in seeing more Amnesia content, subscribe. I'll have a video coming out about once or twice every month. And send this to your friends if they're interested in indie TTRPGs. Remember, I only exist when observed. If you look away, I die. Forever. Please don't kill me. I really want to live. I like existing. Please.